So I'm gonna do the.
Are we gonna do this for real?
I'm gonna try to do the deep voice. You know. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Tiki Goth Club. I am Ray, and this is my co-host Jamie.
Hi.
And today we
You're gonna want to start that over.
You don't think it was very good?
It started really weird.
Yeah. Well, we're joking around. We're saying like, should I have like a crazy voice like, "Hi everyone"?
Your Pete Steele voice.
Or like if there's like a
higher voice.
No, if it was a Pete Steele, it has to be a lot slower. So it'd be more like, "Hi everyone." No, I sound like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Palpatine.
That wouldn't matter.
Is it Palpatine? Palpatine.
Palpatine.
Get your geek straight.
I only read it.
All right, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You should use your Ray voice though.
My Ray voice. Hi everyone, welcome to Tiki.
Yes, that one.
That's your chipmunk voice.
That's how I sound in my mind. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tiki Goth Club. My name is Ray, this is Jamie.
Hi.
And today we have our good friend Sveinn, how do you say your name? I'll never get it right.
No one's going to get it right.
Yeah.
I say it differently than everyone else. So.
Yeah, so there you go.
But the English version is Sveinn.
Sveinn. And we've known you for a long time because you are a photographer.
Yes.
And you've taken pictures for my blog. You're the official photographer for TikiCon. And what are some of the other... You've done photography for magazines. What are some of the magazines?
It's hard to like remember all of them, but the main ones are like I've done Old School Rods and Car Culture Deluxe, Delicious Dolls, Retro Lovely, Bachelor Pad. Like those are like probably like the big top ones right now. I mean, there's other ones in the past, but those are like the big ones right now, I guess.
Yeah, no, and those are more pin-up, hot rod kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then, more recently, as you've gotten into the tiki scene, you started to take more and more tiki photography.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. It's such a colorful way to express it. So it's fun for sure.
Yeah, and then you started taking pictures of pinups in tiki environments. I think
it really wasn't done much. Like a couple of years ago, really wasn't much of it around, and the whole like home tiki bar thing, like that has just like blown me away when I first found out about it, and for me, like to be able to go into that environment and like do like these clients and like these great models and stuff, and hang out at these bars and talk to these people, like that's just been like. It's just awesome.
I know.
Really, nothing else about it.
And right now we are in the Waters House of Tiki. This is one of 3 home tiki bars with Don and Heather. This is the Uncharted Waters. And you've done work here.
Yes, it's now charted.
It's now charted.
It has been charted.
So since he's been here and did work here, now it's been charted. And another type of photography that you have done is goth.
Oh yeah, goth, like darker. Yeah, I really feel like and that's one of the reasons why the whole like tropical thing happened, is because I really love like the weird dichotomy that is us humans, is like the dark and the light. We kind of blend it together and we just kind of. But I like the mash of it, and tiki has always been like the happier, lighter.
Brightly colored.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I come out of like metal, like goth and metal, like for a very long time. So for me, it was like it just mixes together in my head, and at some point it just kind of happened, and then so I've always done like darker, photography, like ever since I started photography, and like blood and monster related stuff and darker stuff, and it just seemed to like. At some point, it just started like meshing together a little bit here and there.
Yeah,
and it just happened. So it was fun, and I like it. So I like the sort of like bouncing between the two and then mixing the two together. So
that's how you kind of started your goth
tiki
Facebook group.
Yeah, and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Please. So it's a Facebook group, Goth Tiki, with an accompanying Instagram, which I last time we filmed one of these, mentioned that I'd been wanting somebody else to start this for a long time, and nobody did, and so then I had to, because it wasn't happening by osmosis. And it's amazing, because we actually just started it, I think it's almost exactly 2 months ago now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think right about 2 months. We're like 300 people. Yeah. And it was kind of when those things were starting, and I was like, I honestly don't know if other people see this connection outside of my little bubble. And so many people have been like, oh my God, thank you so much for starting this, because people get me. Like, I have people, and it's like, it was awesome because like you don't know until you put it out there. So
I know.
It's been really good.
It's been really interesting like to watch it, because like I've always like let's talk about the cramps for just 1 second.
Okay, one second.
The cramps are like the gateway drug into that sort of direction. You know what I mean?
And it was my gateway into Tiki too.
Because like I was into cramps before I understood what Tiki was, like way before.
Yeah.
And so it had like this weird goth surf metal, weirdness to it, and I loved it. It's like a punk, tropical punk, I guess. Tropical
punk.
So it had like that weird feel to it, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And so when you like started doing that, because I know you've been into cramps and some other styles that I'm familiar with. But when you started doing that, I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like, a lot of these things that we liked as younger adults, like, it just kind of, like, transitioned, like, super easy over to
Goth
Tiki.
It all just sort of, like, is like this just there. Little wave, and you realize all those connections. You're like, wow, my Venn diagram actually has, like, a lot of overlaps,
Yeah, way cool.
Well, and it's interesting, and we'll talk more about this later, but, like, with the cramps, when as a young teenager, the first time I saw them, that was my first, like, oh my God, I have people. I didn't even know I had people. And suddenly I'm in this room and, like, these are my people. And then when I first found the Tiki scene, it was kind of that similar sort of like, oh my God, other people are into the same weird thing I'm into. Like, I had no idea that I had people. And so, yeah, doing the Goth Tiki group was another one of those, like, oh, hey, look, other people really do like the same things I do. I didn't know that.
And there's a lot of people that, well, this is what I realize, is that there isn't people that just like goth and just like Tiki. They like them both. Anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that you were saying about, like, Tiki being, like, bright and sunny, but, like, to me, in my opinion, Tiki is, like, dark and mysterious. There is that element of danger.
Well, that's the thing is, like,
I like.
The whole thing about the whole word Tiki for me is weird.
Yeah.
I always found the word Tiki weird.
I think it's just, like, it's a
real big,
yes.
It's a big blanket.
It's a big net.
Easiest word to use, for sure. Easiest word to use. But I like the idea of, like, dark tropical.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is like my favorite, like dark tropical. And the whole like beaches and like black metal, like surf music and black metal are like literally, it's like black metal acoustic. Like that's what
it so is,
right?
It's the same outfit, and it's all the same.
It's just, I mean, the guitar,
paint, shorts, you're good. Right?
The guitar, I mean, it's that tremola pick and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like very.
That's exactly what happened when I started, looking into all that stuff, and because I didn't know about surf music, to start with, but when I got into the whole like Tiki stuff, and I was like, surf music this is cool, like not like Beach Boy stuff. But like surf music.
Well, like Miserlou, like Dick Dale.
Yeah, and then like I just happened upon black metal bands that were doing surf rock, but they were just doing their own music without any distortion. I was like, oh my God. And that's where it all clicked together, and it was just been crazy.
Well, that's why we have you on the show today. We want you to talk about essentially your new business.
Yes, the TropiKvlt.
TropiKvlt.
With a K and a V. It's different. So Eric Ramirez and I, we've been friends for a long time, and out of nowhere, he just like he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, I know this is weird, but hear me out for a second." And I was like, "Okay, I'll wait." And he starts talking about like this meshing together of like metal and tropical stuff, and I was like, dude, I've been like trying to do that for like forever. Like that's
you're like, this is normal.
This is normal for me. And he had already come up with the word TropiKvlt, and like the way he spells it with like the K and the V, I mean cult, like the black metal way. That just like as soon as he said that, I was like, oh shit! Like it just everything in my head just like it's like that scene from like Aliens. You're just like, oh my God, and. So we started on this path. The more we talked, the cooler it became. Like the whole idea of like mixing together black metal and tropical and like this surf stuff and black metal. And it's been a weird ride. We just today, like when we're recording this video, we released the third design that we're doing, which is Come to the Dark Side. We have Cocktails, which is a different shirt. And,
what does this one say?
This one is Girls Just Want to Have Rum. Instead of
and
fun.
that's
Marina.
Yeah, it's Medusa Arena. Yeah, So
as if she was in a death metal band.
You're using like some of your photography, and then they're being augmented in a way that can be printed in a 2-color T-shirt.
Yes, so right? I've been on the side, like working on my like our regular photography side, just like making designs, having fun with it, and I finally figured out a way to like take a photo of mine and just break it down into like 2 tones, and then, because I'm such a weirdo, I'd literally draw the corpse paint on the photo, and then I convert it into black and white, and then just 2-tone it. And so it's been super weird and fun at the same time. We've had a lot of like designs that we're going through, and some of them are great, some of them are really horrible.
That's how art works.
I know, that's how art works. But yeah, I literally just take whatever photo that I have, like the tiki stuff that I do, and just transform it. And really, like, the weirdest thing about the tiki stuff, like the tiki bar, is like you take this environment here and you put it in black and white. It completely changes the feel of it. It's no longer like colorful and fun. Now It's like death and destruction. It's perfect. So
darkness, shadows.
Yeah.
Hey gang, we'll get back to the tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know they have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much.
So it's been like a weird road of like finding this genre that doesn't exist anywhere. I've not seen anyone do it except for like the few things of like the black metal plus surf rock thing. I've seen some of that.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Just as we were saying, there's a lot of people, Jamie and I know, that are into goth and they're also into tiki. Like they've been into those 2 subcultures. Are you seeing a lot of people that are into like dark metal, death metal that are into tiki too?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. There's like death metal guys that I know. I wouldn't say death metal, but there's metal guys that I know, locally even, who like they go to metal shows, but they wear a tiki shirt. I'm not even joking.
That's awesome.
It's way cool. And
I actually went to Psycho Las Vegas, and I wore a tiki dress.
I've been wanting to go there for years. Yeah.
So that happened.
But yeah, there's literally guys in the metal community who, like, they're like, yeah, I love Slayer, but I also love a good ass fucking cocktail.
That's me.
You know what I mean? So,
that's me. I mean,
right?
I mean, Slayer is my favorite band. I'm not even gonna.
And that's the thing is like, when you break down the barriers of like, oh, I only do this, I only do that. No. Like people are just way more dynamic than we give us credit for. And one of those things is blending together different genres. And one of those genres is like the weird, angry side plus the weird happy side. It's kind of like corpse painted Mickey. It's the weirdest thing. Maybe I should do that, but anyway, I'll probably get in trouble.
No, I think if you change it 20%, you're out of copyright.
20%.
So, yeah, isn't that what it is? Something like that.
Add like 50% paint.
Yeah, you'll be completely fine if you start messing around with Disney icons. Well, this is the thing. Like I visit a lot of home tiki bars and meet a lot of tiki people, and it's like a lot of times I go in. They're playing the Martin Denny. They're playing the Les Baxter. They're playing the surf music. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But I like when I finally get to the point where I'm close enough friends with these people where, like, let's hold the Les Baxter on. Let's put some metal on. Or, like, let's put some industrial on. Or let's play something completely different. Let's talk about other things besides tiki.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's actually been one of the really interesting things, like, with kind of, as we're discovering this whole, like, goth tiki thing, is how people are mixing those things. Because there's a lot of elitism there's a lot of elitism in every subculture.
Absolutely.
Kind of gatekeepers.
Yes.
Gatekeepers.
Being, like, involved in, these 2 different, but in my world, intertwined subcultures, there's still a lot of elitism, but it gets a little boring if every home tiki bar is playing the same music.
Yeah.
If every home tiki bar is decorated in the same way, it's not as interesting
as
when,
I build mine. I'm just saying.
when you start, like, putting in, like, your personal stamp. And that's, like, the whole point of putting your bar together, right? Is to make it yours. And so I think having those, like, creepy ass shit that you're going to put in yours is going to be, like, very interesting.
I'm going to skip the ass shit, but definitely creepy.
Well, I mean, that is where it comes from.
No, he only has creepy shit in his...
But no, I totally agree. Like, I think that, the more people delve into this whole escapism, the more that they connect with what it is that they really want to escape to, rather than, you know, putting themselves in some sort of crazy category. I think we should go beyond that. Like,
yeah.
I think that, you know,
you're touching on the tiki box.
I know, the tiki box. I think the whole idea of like gatekeeping and elitism, like that really is boring. You know what I mean? I see the same thing, and I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of different scenes, and even in the metal scene, you have like the gatekeepers, and they're like, oh, well, you know, that's not real death metal. Real death metal is only 3 chords. You know what I mean? And you get kind of tired of it. It's like, you know, just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
Quit being such
Let people create.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean,
enjoy art.
Yeah.
We got a website, which is TropiKvlt.com, which is the K and the V. So it's Tropi KVLT, right? So it's TropiKvlt.
.com?
Black metal. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we're on Instagram as TropiKvlt Apparel, I believe. And then Facebook is the same thing. But yeah, so we are now on our 3rd design, and we just are trying to work on this, not this one, but the one we just released, which is Come to the Dark Side, We Have Cocktails, right? Which is like a weird collaboration with Devil's Reef over in Washington.
Oh, really?
Super awesome people. Yeah, it's a photo.
Jason and Robin.
Yeah, it's a photo we took over there with Christina Michelle.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And
I know that picture.
Yeah, so it's like a picture of her on the bar.
Yes.
Right, and this is like Devil's Reef there on the side, and then she's got like corpse paint, like so good on her. And it just says, you know, come to the dark side, we have cocktails. And so that's our 3rd. We actually released it today.
Nice.
This morning. And we got our logo done, which is both it's a palm tree with an upside down cross at the bottom, right? And then we have our name TropiKvlt with like a nice tiki dude in the center there.
Yeah.
And we got that done by Jeff Whitehead.
Okay.
And he's like a super awesome metal guy. I mean, his art is just amazing. And we got that done, and that we're trying to move forward as like an actual apparel.
Yeah.
So it's like different artists. Like I can only do so much, you know. I mean, and I can only do so much art, really. But we're trying to like incorporate other artists and do like this whole like this dark tropical direction of like black metal, heavy metal, death metal, whatever, just metal in general, and then whatever tropical in general. So that's kind of what we're trying to aim for, is like just bringing it all together, and just like, I mean, having board shorts with like a corpse paint, you know, dude on there, like that'd be awesome, you know. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to incorporate all of this like dark, you know, motif into the tropical motif.
I think you got a great idea going.
We love it.
And
it's amazing.
And also on top of that, if people, Sveinn Photography, is that your website?
Yeah, Sveinn Photography. Yeah.
Just .com, or and then
it is. Yeah. I mean, no one's gonna know how to spell it.
I'm gonna have it. I'll have it in
IENN
SVEVVVNN. I have so much gossip.
No, this isn't called the Tiki Gossip Club.
We should start that.
Yeah, that will make lots of fans of that.
I actually kind of have that club, but they're not here.
But it's not it's not a Facebook group.
It's private.
I'm glad you started that group. I've been like
the Tiki
hoping
Gossip group?
No, the goth thing.
No, hold on. I'm not part of this gossip group.
Well, yeah, because we gossip about you, don't we?
Yeah, that's.
You're the only one.
Now you're making me think.
The gossip group.
Why don't I know about this gossip club?
It's called the We Talk About Ray channel.
Tiki about Ray.
How screwed up would that be?
Tiki without Ray.